We had the first Thanksgiving dinner here in 1946, and we had Thanksgiving dinner here on Thanksgiving every year since.
42 years.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I didn't make it taller.
Of course, there wasn't very many then. Nobody was married.
And I never saw.
Why is he making us peel on
From
these?
school. Whoops, sorry.
Get me on film here doing this.
Everybody's running away.
I hate this. This reminds me of mother used to take home movies.
Did she?
I like cleaning my teeth off. Yeah, you can put the window out.
When they went with the home real poor quality and stuff, you know. And everyone would, my mother would took the movies and go from the feet, he's looking right now. She would go from the feet up. This is how she would look at movies all day. From the feet up, that's every movie she had.
Oh my gosh, this will be documented.
They must think it's amazing that we're in here.
Lonely for that kind of a vacation. I know, I love it. I love it. Doug's mom waits on the hand and foot.
Is he still out now?
Get that thing in the living room. I'm sure there's more action there.
I see all the action right there.
I'm going to show you action.
I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and keep. Ah, no! You can make a mint taking wedding pictures with those.
Yeah, I know. I've been thinking about doing that.
My friend takes them all the time. Of course, he never charges anybody.
No.
But the last wedding we did, they had talked to the people at WJAC, and they got $2,500 to do a wedding and reception.
What kind of camera is that?
It's a Panasonic.
You know your dates already know.
No, don't do that.
Up or down the cellar.
Don't do that. Don't dare to.
I didn't shine them up, I just put them on.
Beautiful one.
What's he doing?
Making a.
Those guys have been monkeying around for 2 months with the siding on our house.
Where'd you get that?
Yeah, it is.
Go on, Grandma.
Say how many fellows actually work at it when you didn't work?
That's a big thing.
Two.
That scares you. Oh, don't take my picture.
Why not?
Because
They're both retired too.
I'm going to start to laugh and terrible.
Well, you're not allowed.
How am I allowed to laugh?
Saturday night. So how'd it go this year?
How to go, which do it like that to get them to finish.
Come on.
Oh, these are friends of ours.
Maybe Bill's
They're taking advantage of you.
They're both retired.
Just ignore
Really,
me.
I don't know how they're getting away with this. They're both gone.
How old are they?
Well, they're both 62, over 62.
Do they know what they're doing?
I think.
Have they been in that kind of work?
Oh yeah, years.
There would be a way.
Get that thing out of here, Rick.
No, just ignore me.
Just ignore him, Jim.
Nobody
What
wants to
kind
be
of aluminum siding is that?
It's not aluminum, it's vinyl.
A little.
They put a lot of
I'm
aluminum.
gonna have to get turtle wax out. Look at mine there.
Posts and, up under the roof and different places.
We're all gonna be bald
Then they have
skinheads.
one of these big vendors, you know.
We're all gonna be skinheads.
Aluminum make, you know.
This is about the shade mine was when I was young.
Really? Yours was that bright?
Did you sign any kind of contract with these people because they're friends? You just ask them to
It
do
was a
it.
disgrace to have red hair in those days.
They promise to finish it up.
You were
I
outcast.
don't know.
Can they actually do it if they
You
put their
got
mind to it?
called all kinds of names and
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Yeah, there's not that much to do.
What do you suppose he's doing? Brown.
Yeah, it was never red.
Yeah, we
Look at that giant wart there right above his nose. Where'd that come from?
Well, now, once this is,
He didn't have that before.
will you have any painting to do at all?
Wouldn't even think that.
What I want to know is why in the world you shut your other eye?
You can't see right if you don't. He went to college for 4 years to figure that out. You gotta close one eye.
Well, they never teased us about red hair in school.
Tease me.
Did they? What'd they call you?
Tomato head. Carrot top.
Carrot tops are green. Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
Did they tease you too?
They'd say my hair was as red, or my face is as red as my hair. Didn't they ever
Well, I
tease you?
went through all that when I was growing up too.
That would be
Did they call you Carrot
Oh,
Top?
what's that thing go redhead with the
It was really a disgrace to have red hair.
that all.
Disgrace. It must have to do with your... I don't know.
Well, there weren't many Swedes around, or what?
No, they thought there was something genetically wrong with red hair.
What did you say, Rick?
I mean, there weren't many Swedes around with red hair. Most people had black hair. Or...
Well, that's the whole thing. It was a disgrace to be a Swede, where I was brought up. It wasn't so bad because I was the youngest of the family, but my oldest sister and so on, they had to tell you.
The blacks and the Irish can stay, but we don't want the Swedes.
Right.
Well, it wasn't that way in places like Michigan and Wisconsin, though, huh? That's where most Swedes went.
Well, a little town, not a town, it wasn't a town, but the community where I was brought up was two factions, the Swedes and there's about 4 Swedish families. Not real close, didn't live close, but
And I sprayed that.
the rest was, I don't know what you call it. By the time I come along,
You could tell. I had a fellow.
I had some friends with them too.
He sawed it down, and then he dug down about it.
It's sort of a small turnout this year, isn't it? Yeah. Seems like a lot of people are missing.
I don't know, I didn't even figure out how many there were.
I didn't have any professionals look at it
Oh.
for either one of them.
There's none of Bob's family here.
These things, they were working under the water.
Billy will be coming later, huh?
You know,
Billy, yes. Bill up here and his family goes to her home for Thanksgiving always. They've never been here, but they come later.
Is this the same one, Courtney, or is this a different one?
Same one.
Same one. How many days does this go on, or nights?
We were through your hometown here the other.
I was thinking about
Week and a
counting
half
how many
ago.
there was. Of course, I know how many was here. I'm glad I saw Scott because I didn't know he was here.
I didn't see him come in either.
At the New York.
Did you go through the?
I got here at 1 o'clock. I think he came through that window there to get here. Longer than you thought.
Was it? Were the people?
Almost an hour
Did you
drive.
go to the table? You know, the buffet table when there were
Yeah,
other
there was a
people?
line. I waited in line right behind Rick.
Really?
Yeah.
I looked every now and then, but I didn't see you. I'm glad you came.
Every Thursday, in one of the rooms.
They all get really upset.
Well, you shouldn't be taking any bookwork home or anything now. You shouldn't have plenty of time to get it all done.
You work Memorial, don't you?
Uh-huh.
Because, this person, his camera. Because,
He's a part that does the talking, that part that's
past your house that works down there.
Well, we're picking our van up tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay.
Thanks anyway.
A new van, yeah, a month later, a new
No,
lake.
the one she
Brenda.
It was only 3
Rich's
months
daughter
old.
used to own the Rock and
Now
Roll.
that
We only
was,
had it 3 months.
I saw Rich and his wife.
It was-
on,
It wasn't her fault, was it?
Sunday night, or Sunday night, I guess.
It should have never happened.
Is she afraid to drive now?
And they know now. When I say no, don't argue with me about it. When I say no, I mean no. And no amount of arguing will make me change my mind because I had told them the night before that they wanted to keep the car. They didn't have school that day. And they wanted to keep the car, so Wesley's birthday had been the day before, and he wanted to go to the mall shopping. And she was going to keep the car and take him shopping with 3 of their other friends. You know, because he got all this money for his birthday, and he knew what he wanted to buy, and he had to get there and get it, you know. So she took me to work.
Had taken you to work, and she was on her way
She
home.
was on her way home. And it was raining. And the last words out of my mouth is, Shelley, you know that the roads are very slippy this morning because of this light rain that's falling. Be very careful on the way home. Well, we have this unique thing at our hospital. They call it a trauma alert. When there's an accident and you know it's going to be coming. Well, it was only a little after 7, and they called this trauma alert. And it crossed my mind, you know, do you think she'd be home yet? Well, I called home. There was no answer. Wesley was still in bed, but he can't hear the phone from his bedroom. So one of the girls came in and said, Sandy, you're one on the phone. It's the emergency room. I said, we don't have any beds. She said, no, they're insisting on talking to you. So I went out, and I thought all the way out there I knew they were going to tell me she was in an accident. But they don't tell you anything. They
What did
scare
they
you to
say?
death.
Yeah, what did they say to you? 'Cause they do. They scare the heck out of you.
She said, Mrs. Horner, your daughter's been in a motor vehicle accident, and you need to come to the emergency room so that we can treat her. I said, how badly hurt is she? And she said, we don't know the extent of her injury.
Oh, great!
Oh, my. It really scared me. Why I raced down there, and I said, where did it happen at? I don't even know why I asked.
Yeah, but it was just...
And they told me this road where Shelley should have never even been. And all the way down there, I'm trying to figure out why was she on that road. She should have never gone that way. You know,
Why did she go that way?
it was the road that intersected with the road she was on. That they said.
She was exactly where she was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But she didn't get hurt at all, huh?
She had a concussion.
Oh, that's right, she did have a concussion.
I think Joyce had a concussion too, or
No.
has one.
Well, she
No.
doesn't have a car.
Well, I mean, no.
No, because
She never did drive the truck, did she?
she can't drive.
Okay, Rick, turn.
She can't drive. She can't drive a
Just
standard
ignore
ship.
me.
You won't be able to use these shots for one single thing.
People bring
I suppose he's doing
the top part
Oh, I think it's broke.
of the quilt, and then they
He doesn't know how to fix it.
put the attic and whatever it goes. But in going
Well,
through
he
some
should have
of the
known better.
things
He
that
pointed at me.
here with the two quilts, it's tops that have never been printed. And about a month or so ago, we went down to Springs, down in the Alma Springs. Two of the women from the church to buy some material to put
Are you
the
pretty
pillow
busy?
on and to put the pillow and everything.
Well, you mean with my
This was
job?
in an
Job.
Amish home.
Well,
They sold dry goods.
yeah, I'm busy.
Bolts of
I'm working on.
and they
I have a class too. I'm taking.
You have what?
I'm taking a class.
In what?
Philosophy.
Philosophy.
Ethics. Ethics.
Amish
Yeah.
farmhouse. But she and her husband.
Hmm?
That's not going to help you with
And
that.
I said,
Sure
how
it
long
is.
have you had this?
Helps me think better.
Well, I guess you have to know how to handle people. You know that anyway.
Yeah.
You asked for a certain power.
Well, I just enjoy it.
Get a degree or something out of it.
Well, I don't know about that yet. I haven't decided.
Right now, one of those quilts is in the frames. And our
No, I think I can
You shouldn't
help
have
it.
stayed up so late last night.
Thursdays.
I know.
And this, the one that
I slept in though. I didn't get up till 7:30.
made out of little blocks.
I got up at 4.
About an inch and a half.
I got up at 4.
About 2 inches square.
I went back to bed at 4:30.
And it's all the same size.
Did Heather
did I
do
get
that?
up?
And when she put them together,
10.
she did it all by hand.
I don't think it was quite
And
good.
it all just matched perfectly. These women were going.
It's a good thing you was here and you got up because Ruth, you know, I thought Ruth was coming over and she didn't come to us, so we had everything on.
I got up at 5 a.m.
Color pieces of goods.
You did not. The kids have got to drink a milk.
I like that train ride, yeah.
How long? 2 hours?
No, it takes about 8 hours to
Oh,
go.
of course.
When
Where did you get
From Johnstown.
Johnstown?
To New York City.
Amtrak. Was it Amtrak the whole way? When a lot of times when we were coming back from Lewistown, especially in good weather, we would come up over the mountain, you know, and we'd see the trains coming up and going down and so on. How is the curve? Is it? Can you see yourself going and coming?
Hey, we'll look at it. But when you look at a small house and you're accustomed to a large house, you just wonder, what would you do? And I think they were asking something like $45,000 or $50,000 for it. But we decided if that house was worth $45,000 or $50,000, ours is probably worth a couple of $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, maybe being worth it and getting it's always two different stories.
Mm-hmm.
But we decided pretty quick that wasn't for us. We'll probably stick with this one and go down with the ship. And go. Well, you know, even down in Lancaster, where Dave Balser, you know who I'm talking about, where he's living down at Strasbourg. He's been looking at some places to buy, and I think they're renting. Well, it was they were the first tenants in a house that was built. I think they pay something like $600 a month just for the rent. But they're looking at some of the properties down there, and it's you just can't touch them. To get something that would look nice around here, you're talking around $200,000. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's an awfully big commitment.
I've seen the checks, not that much.
It's once you do that, you're really tied down.
That's right. Well, he was looking at one here about 6 weeks ago that it was wasn't too far from the school where he's teaching, and I think he said it was up for auction, and they had it appraised and needed work on it, and he's pretty handy. He could have done it, but I think the appraisal figure was something around 80 or 83,000. So he decided they would go maybe to 80. They could handle that much. But I think it sold for around 85, 87.
What's making a movie and he needs a bunch of people that all look the same.
Does this have toys on it?
That thing is fixed up much.
We do this all the time. We've done weddings before.
It has an unusual thing sticking out.
Yes, he does. It's kind of intimidating.
Well, that's a separate microphone that doesn't really go with this camera. It's just a better quality one that I put on.
What are you going to use these for?
I'm just for posterity.
Watching for ourselves to show how
Make a tape.
And I'll copy it and I'll give it to you all for
Okay.
Christmas.
All right.
I'd like to have a copy of it.
Okay, I'll give you one.
Yeah, then you can show us all, because I wouldn't know what to do with it if I had it.
You want to sit down here,
Nancy
Grandma?
is with it. I'm not.
I'm just wondering,
What?
We did a Western wedding.
well, nothing was new, and I'd go in there. And
Cowboy boots.
now, when I went in there, everybody came out here.
We were in there talking. What wedding? We were cleaning up the dishes.
She's the one that wanted me to go in there.
We were cleaning up the dishes.
Was she working?
Does he do that like this for
Was she?
profession or what?
You know that.
Just for the fun. I mean, they were friends.
Working.
Yes, too.
I said nothing would do. You made me go in there, and then everybody came out here.
I didn't make you go in there. I didn't even tell you to go in there.
You want to sit
I wasn't
down?
working a bit either. I was just sitting here.
Mom, you want to sit down? Alberta's getting up to give you a picture.
There. Sit down so they quit photographing your profile.
I've been photographed for the last 25 minutes.
It's very disconcerting.
We have a lot of, we have been building a sandcastle down, all the kids down at the lake building a sandcastle. You ought to see how nice that is.
That'd be cute.
Very disconcerting.
We have a lot of
Yeah, we can pick up a
If you want to surprise us and get us a
Yeah, we have a
camcorder
few
for
strands.
Christmas, that'd be nice.
I just wondered if it was safe to come
Now
out
I
when the
want-
work was all done.
Just about.
Sandy.
Oh, I just love it. See, that keeps threatening to go charge
Hey,
one.
you know what? Doug was
I think
seriously
he's-
looking
It's
into
one,
I know
it's
it
one
was,
of the
but he
best.
said he was-
I
He said
think
he was too chicken to buy it.
He
It's
better
one of the
be.
best things we ever did.
What was he
I
looking
think-
at?
Camcorder, he wanted to
Oh,
surprise us.
they're a
I
couple
think
thousand
so
bucks.
too. If I had little kids, that's
How
one
much
thing
you
I'd want if I had to go.
Well, I have a movie
See,
camera.
they
and
have
I-
every picture under the
They're
sun.
too heavy to
on
carry. I
movie
couldn't
film,
stick it in my suitcase.
They all have to be,
We bought it, you can still use it.
Go
You
down
better
and
watch
take
yourself,
pictures
I
of
might take you off on
go
it.
down and take pictures of our property.
There.
Our new condo.
I would think teaching, you could use it a lot.
We have them in the school, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I'm too lazy to go up and get them.
Rick Ross always ran the one we had.
Out here on that
Rick.
stand that's sitting there is a package, and I think it's some clothes of one of your boys.
Oh, okay. Probably left whenever.
When they play out in the yard. Yeah, she said they've been here for a while.
Yeah, they've been here a long time.
Good.
I gathered them up and
Sorry about that, Rick.
That's okay.
See, you have one.
You know what, they
She should have this wind guard on there.
Any more coffee?
That's right. You can check any controversial calls.
That was an automatic touchdown. Did you get my touchdown?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. You have to make another one.
Okay. Oh no! We don't want it. Kick it again. Wait till you God, what did I tell you about the kick? Oh God. You didn't do nothing. Oh, I thought you didn't work. Defense. Good. Mike!
Danny!
Hey, who's got?
You go, Steve. Mike.
One Mississippi.
Go!
Mississippi.
Aaron, come back! Come
Four
back!
Mississippi. Stars.
Third down. Oh, we got the awesome three-man blitz. Like me and Ryan go in, but you stay back. This is a great blitz.
Kids are dead.
Hike. Yeah, you caught it. Now run. Now run. Yeah. Fourth down. You fumble and look again. Aaron, you're cute.
What?
After I began teaching, it just seemed foolish to look for a different house when I was living so close to. Plus, we only paid $13,000 for the house we're living in.
That's amazing.
Well, we spent $6,000 in the kitchen,
8,000 this summer.
$8,000 this summer, right?
You ought to go and live where Ricky does, or Scott does. It'd be cheaper.
You have to work at Seven Springs.
Oh.
And you have to put up with the noise from the pumps.
Yeah, he lives over a pump house.
Oh.
It's not real loud.
Is it good and warm?
If you build a fire.
You mean the heat isn't furnished?
Well, yeah, but it's not real good.
What do you have, a fireplace?
Yeah, stove.
Do you know in New York City where Kathy lives, some of the apartments rent for $2,000? I mean, I'm talking about little wee tiny rooms.
Oh yeah, that's true in Georgetown. You know, I see.
I can believe it.
4,000.
Well, what do they pay for
He has
renting
to
that
find another
office
one,
space
too.
they have?
Wow.
Well, that was real reasonable. They share that with an artist, the whole thing, and they were paying $600 a month for their share. and it got more than doubled just overnight. And well, their work was real slow at the time anyhow, and they told the landlady that they would seek other quarters, that they couldn't pay that much. But they quickly found out that they couldn't possibly rent anything else, or even close to that, so they had to agree to the terms or give it up.
Who's
that?
You're recording.
You ought to see the gorgeous.
Everyone's statistics.
They took us down to their office 2 weeks ago when we were up there visiting them, and showed us the recent jobs that they were working on, and that they have the most beautiful models of every building that they do. And they're just done in such minute detail. Everything just, I mean, you lift the lid off, the stairs comes out, this room partition comes out. You know, it's just all,
who makes those?
they could make a fortune making dollhouses, you know, more than they're making with this. Well, they do. It's all out of some kind of, it's like a real lightweight, it's like a, would it be not fiberglass, styrofoam, but it's on the outside, it's made to look like wood. It looks like a finished
Some
edge.
special
It's
product
white.
you get for this.
Oh, yes. It's white on the outside. Everything just looks
They're
like...
building a house in the Adirondacks. They had a scale model of it all laid out.
I was really impressed when I saw this stuff. I've seen some models that they did before, that Kathy did when she was in school, but it had been a long time since we had really looked at that stuff down there in the office. We didn't even go down there the last time we looked at it.
15 minutes, Dave.
Hi. 4 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5!
We were getting ready to leave to go out, you know,
I had this
Saturday
dress
night.
on.
We went to this Indian
Because
restaurant.
it's pack season.
Laura come on. She had that outfit on she has now, I think. And Nevin, he's 2.5 years old. He looked up at her and he said, "You look beautiful, Grandma."
Oh, man.
Or, "Grandma, you look beautiful."
That's adorable.
Boy, that made her weekend.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe he said that.
2.5.
Yeah.
What number do you have on your...
I was going to say that.
I haven't been putting a thing on my hair. I'm
That
trying
is
to let
a
it go back
beautiful
to natural,
outfit,
and
Laura.
it's sort of great. Thank you.
I meant to say that.
Well, Jim, I must say this, that he is quite observing.
I wear this, it packs nicely, you know, like this. No wrinkle to it or anything. I mean, it's the same wrinkled if you hang it up as if you don't.
Were your kids, any of your kids there?
Linda was...
That's the outfit Jimmy said at Christmas time. Laura brought it out and she
No,
tried-
Kathy bought it for me, and she
Kathy.
wanted me to try it on before they left to go back to New York.
She put it on and Jimmy says, "If you don't like that, we can take it back."
Oh, he's so out of it.
He thought they bought it.
Well, he has no idea what Kathy buys. Now, Mom, if you don't like that, we can take it back.
But who had bought it?
Kathy, the other Kat. Kathy and Julian had bought it for me.
Kathy's mixed up. Yeah, I know the feeling.
What's everybody
I
going to get your
really
mom?
think that's why some
I haven't
people
got
go
to
away.
it.
What do you want for Christmas, Mother?
Say, what you think? I don't need anything.
She's sick of big sound.
What?
Sick of Even
It's all, I always enjoy
even
watching it.
overpowered me. I'm not taking pictures.
Me either. I brought my camera and haven't even dug it out yet.
That's a special.
Rick, did you look for a partner?
I'm the most photographed or whatever he's doing person in existence.
Well, you should be flattered.
Rick.
Wait, Lord camera. Wait.
Danny! 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 Dan! How? Yes, good.
Yes, dog. Hey, that dog. Reverse that. Put her down, Ryan. Right here.
told him. Make sure that. Hey, hey. What are you up to, Rick?
Making a film, I guess.
You're so tired, man.
Looking at my quilt, and I was thinking, wishing that I could do something like making clocks instead of quilts, I guess, is what made me think about it.
I'm a little proud of them myself.
I should think
We brag about it to everyone that comes to our house.
So do we.
Of which there are.
those will never be out of the families. They'll always stay in the families, I'm sure of it.
Well, get me some business. I'll make some and sell them. I enjoy working with wood.
Coffee.
And we'll go. Are you saying that tongue in cheek then?
Yes.
Then he's nice to each other. Oh, no. Doesn't hit me in the hall.
What is it?
Here comes.
Say down, we want to shoot guns. I'm not.
No.
The last one. Oh, you pulled back out.
Well, you shot your gun already.
We want to shoot it in.
It's already shot in. All you gotta do is do it. The boys are gonna rape.
And the other thing that's happening is I let
You're all gonna have a
Fine
raking.
there, maybe.
Family raking.
it looks good and it feels
Raking.
good.
Eric, what are you looking for? A cow.
It looks bad and it looks good.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, he still has it. I could do damage trying to hold his stomach this
You
long.
don't need to before you take your off.
Mom, I thought that.
Still not sorry. Water?
You playing basketball, Ben?
We ought to go back.
What,
and
junior
show-
high or junior varsity or?
There's a couple.
Huh?
Take an interest in it.
Do you have any big kids in your team? Any high school?
The deer started coming out there. He had speeders. And I think when we were there, around 35 deer. And then he got a couple of pictures out that he had taken last winter when he was feeding them. And he had these two pictures that he put together. He couldn't get all the deer in them because there were so many of them. 75 deer there that he was feeding in the wintertime too.
Cost him a lot of money to feed those deer.
Oh, I'm sure.
They don't matter them a lot down there in the foot of the mountain. They keep a 35 rubbish in the back porch loaded all the time. I asked them, every time they're at the house, that's we see. It's the right kind of a deer we want for the freezer. I really can't find too much fault with that illegal, but they're actually like the meat and eat the animal. They were checking deer up there, and I didn't go. They didn't stop me, and I didn't stop on the way past. But then we went down and hung the deer up, a little spike. And I knew I had reported it.
It was a button buck.
I guess. I went down and told the guy, and the blood was still wet on the Bronco, and the hair was on it. I told him what happened. You gotta go get it.
Boy, that thing really hit.
I guess so.
He
Somebody
banged
would
up
tell
that
him.
Bronco pretty bad.
Somebody would tell them if they killed one. I knew it. I couldn't take the thing, because it wasn't a legal deer. I don't believe it was. No.
It was a button buck. Little one. Boy, he come running out across there and just boom.
But I'm not that crazy with the deer. I think the next time we'll just let it play. Somebody else time.
You know that Whitey Kaisermore? I don't know if you know him.
I don't know.
He was hunting bear up on a wildcat above my house, and they were walking up the gas line from herds of them. That's uphill, and he took his hat off. Yeah, to cool off. And he had it in his back pocket. Walking up the gas line, a bunch of guys. And Carl Howard, game protector, was there. He rode him up. Because he didn't have his, you have to have it on your head and your back and your front. You know, this fluorescent orange. He wrote him up for that. Maybe he hasn't had his pocket.
That's just for deer season for small game.
No, that's for deer and bear. Can you believe he'd write him up for that? And then he got him for not having identification. You're going to carry 2 different identifications on you, forms of identification on you, on your person. He didn't have that. He wrote him up for that too.
He must be something else.
Like I never carry my wallet in the woods.
Too many games.
I thought Doug would want to go. He'd already got his buck, and he could go down and eat and what do they do? What do you call it when you're helping out other people getting their deer spot?
Dog.
Dog. Dog. I knew it was some kind of animal. But I didn't. I wanted to. Well, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, take care, man.
I don't know what it is, Tony.
We'll see ya.
What did it break?
Well, you know, in a summer frameless, you have the draft arms that go back midway of the trailer. And then the stabilizer arms come from, you have a little short subframe there that the suspension attaches to. I think what the problem...
The axle doesn't raise it.
No, it stays down. Well, that stabilizer arm, and I think this is where the problem is, our stabilizer arm is going into the bottom of the draft arm.
Oh.
And what it's doing, I think this is where the problem is, our stabilizer arm the thing goes up, and it's not supposed to do it, but there's enough stressor some way that it's just taking that draft arm and putting a bow in it this way, from where it attaches to the bottom of the trailer down to where it attaches to the fifth wheel.
You kill that buck, Bill?
Yes, maybe this will be my
Again. You think this will be your year?
I keep hoping.
Did you ever get one?
This will be my 25th year.
You didn't get one?
Not
You
yet.
have to score.
See, I
sometime.
quit after about 4 and said, no. I don't want to get up to 25. And
I quit too. Well, if I can live for another 25, you know, maybe 50, you know.
You'll find one that'll die of a heart attack.
I got it. Couldn't you trip one for him down there or something?
And I'm especially optimistic this year because I ordered this combination meat saw meat grinder.
Yeah.
To butcher him with.
Just for deer meat.
So Michael will get one.
Well, I'm hoping.
well, they have radar for fish. I wonder if they have it for deer.
I bet they do. I can get one of those infrared heat sensors.
That's right.
Wouldn't that be awful if Mike gets one before you?
He already has.
Yeah.
He's got
Mike.
3.
He got a buck last year, didn't he? And
That's really the pits.
I'm the only one that takes it up there. And I don't even know who to pay, so I haven't paid anything for 2 weeks.
Well, I wouldn't pay him if it's still up there.
That's right. Wouldn't be much point in it, would there? No.
Well, that garage will hold a lot of garbage.
Now, what did you say?
He said that garage will hold a lot of garbage.
That's for sure it will.
Well, it wasn't nice of everybody to switch over and not.
Boy, if somebody did that to me. Which garbage man it didn't tell you?
Well, is that loyalty? I mean, didn't the other garbage guy do it for a very minimal amount of money for years and years and years, and now he's trying to make a living wage at it?
Putting hers down there now. But it's a different garbage man, right?
Yeah, this garbage.
What would happen if I take mine out and put beside
It would go away.
It just wouldn't be in the garage. You'd have to put it outside.
Well, that isn't
Well,
much
I'm not have to
further,
carry it that much farther, though. I think I'll keep it in the garage. When it gets too
Let's see.
Too much in the garage.
Why don't you offer Mary Ann to put ours in the garage too?
You ought to put it on a little
Sneak 'em
barge and
off.
put it on the Queen Mahoney band and
that way
float around.
Yeah, let it float around. That way they'll
But this problem, I've only had this problem for 2 weeks now, so we'll get it solved somehow about the garbage.
Well, whatever critter's eating the apples up there could have fun eating the garbage.
take care of the styrofoam.
That's just that much more that I have to do, keep sorting out the bad apples.
See, Mossdaler has his own landfill, and the other guy had to haul to one of these landfills that keeps raising the price every month. So that's why we switched over to
Now,
Mossdaler.
you're getting Mossdaler.
Yeah,
That's
And
what
he's
we
picking
have.
it up right up here.
yeah.
Well, why can't I get it?
Well, you could. You might want to call him tomorrow.
I've been
Why
out
don't you
to
call them for me?
Okay, I'll do that. What's that, Graham? Or Bob?
I've been out to his landfill. They charge $7 to pick up a.
Really? I wonder what they charge down in Southern Alleghenies.
I don't know.
Bill, if he'd pick it up right here, I wouldn't have to take it to the garage.
Yeah, he picked it right up there.
Easier in the winter
Yeah.
especially.
The thing is, I'm half, but Mary Ann puts yours up there and the dogs don't get it.
They're not.
But sure as I put a garbage bag up here, one of those dogs would have it all over the place and I'd have it together up.
You know, I have a pier about that.
That's why I put it in the garage.
A stone pier about that high, and I always put the garbage up on top of it. And some little dog, just a dog about that big, got up on that pier. Linda saw it, happened to see it. That's why I knew it was that dog. But he got into that garbage. There was meat in it, you know. And he had it all over the place.
Well, this generation of dogs right now, it seems to be a pretty polite group.
Yeah, there must be. If you
Well,
put your
either that or
garbage
a
out
well-fed group.
outside up there.
Well, to make things more complex, you could get a garbage can and set it up there, and then you could put your garbage in up there.
I do
And the
put it
dogs
in a
wouldn't get
can.
in it.
I put it in a can up in the garage,
Oh.
inside, but I.
You have to put the
Oh,
lid
I
on
put
the
it-
can,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, took us 20 years of marriage to figure that out. Figure garbage spread over so many neighborhoods.
Yeah, but it was our own dogs.
Yeah, well, I know.
What day does he
That's how
come?
you live.
Bill,
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
We paid
No, he came last
$19
night,
a
so he
quart
wouldn't have to come today.
for 2 bags. We never had but 1 bag, but we pay $19
I've
a
been
quart. People in
burning a
town
lot
pay
of
$21 a quart.
burnable things, you know, in the furnace.
I keep saying I'm gonna take stuff into town to get it recycled, but it just seems like such a chore.
I know.
I
Well,
wish
they
you'd
say
come
it's
around
gonna be
and pick it up.
mandatory eventually.
The garbage.
It is some, a lot
I
of
don't
some
know.
places, I think. It probably
I
will.
wouldn't think they'd go up there to his place. Maybe they do.
I think in Canada they're doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
They pick up our paper, all our paper products.
Because you got that one guy, that 4Ks, were not too far from you there in Listy, is he?
For recycling?
4K recycling.
I never heard of it.
You ought to get down there. I stopped in one day, and it's really interesting.
If it's in Listy,
Yeah.
we can take our stuff there easy. Where's Listy?
That's about, what, a couple miles from Bob's house.
2 miles.
Oh,
from my
really?
house.
I'm always seeing something, you know, I've seen the name many times in the paper.
Really?
Well.
But he's got a
Nothing
pretty,
ever happens.
I never have.
he's got a
Thing
pretty
is,
good
you get
little
in bed
operation
once
going
in a
down there. He crushes
What's
his
this?
glass and.
Where do they have it in Listy?
You know where the guy that
How many
sells the
places
muzzle
are there in
loaders,
Listy?
where his place is?
Mountain Trail Arm.
Yeah, turn right there, and
Well, that goes back past Steinkirchner's.
yeah, it's right in downtown Listy.
There you go.
It's right beside the convention center.
Well, next time I get down there, I'll ask the cop.
I've got to go to Listy the next time I'm in the Barnes.
It's in a little shack on the left-hand side.
What's so interesting about it?
Well, he's crushing glass and crushing cans and taking corrugated. And
See if a kid there that jumps on them.
Yeah. He hired some of the people from Listy to go.
But he was telling me that if he gets up to another, or he's carrying about 20 ton of glass a week out of there, and if he gets up to 25 ton a week, then one of the big glass companies will put in a crusher for him.
Oh.
They don't charge him, then he can really do big business,
How's he doing it in the meantime, I wonder?
little by little.
Crushing the glass. Wonder how they would do that, crush glass by hand.
But they have
I
these,
mean, not
these
literally.
corrugated containers. They're about 4 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot. And the corrugated paper is an inch thick. And you can just put tons of in them and just pick them up.
You have to be careful. The guy before him fell into the glass crusher. He made a spectacle of himself.
You could just get a bunch of little kids and take them in the building and tell them don't touch.
Yes.
You know, all their glass crushed.
You ready?
I need some foil for my cake. Let me see if there's some here.
See if there's any saran wrap. I had a piece on that casserole dish.
Green is turning yellow orange, leaves are falling to the ground. Smell the wood smoke drifting through the air, fields of grass are turning brown. It is autumn in the Alleghenies, that's a place where I was born. There are ghosts from days gone by, autumn smells can take you home again. The sun is lower and the nights are colder, the light of day is amber warm. I think of Grandma at Thanksgiving, the lovely people who are gone. It is autumn in the Alleghenies, that's the place where I was born. There are ghosts from days gone by, autumn smells can take you home again. The forest floor is an abstract painting, strange ducks are flying to the south, thick wool sweaters cover bodies, yearning as the days get short.